Mommy, I want to be a car mechanic when I'm older because it's absolutely amazing. It's the best job in the world. Can I, Mommy, please?
So what do you need to become a car mechanic? I thought I'd throw a video together just in case you want to be one. Might surprise you. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Help me grow my channel. So the biggest thing about being a mechanic starting is you need a lot of tools. A lot of tools. This is nothing compared to in America. These snap-on toolboxes, what they have. I mean, there's a few £100 there at least, isn't there? Then you have to get yourself a toolbox like this. Now mine isn't like kind of the neatest because unfortunately it's designed with these pre-cut foams and I've got way too many tools. Loads of different types of ratchets, for example, bendable ones and stuff like that, you know, as opposed to just, you know, conventional ratchets, etc. Such as that. And it all costs money. Then you might want to opt to get yourself a Scandal. This is about £600 or £700. You might want to get your own if the company doesn't provide one, or if the company has just a manufacturer's one. It's going to set you back, like I say. You've already been set back, what, with the scan tool, toolbox full of tools, toolbox on the wall. £4 already, ain't you? Let's be honest. Especially if you buy snap-on, you're probably up to about £10. So all these things, essentially, the first thing you need to invest in all that. So you'll be paying tools off to the snap-on and Mac tools man for the rest of your life until the very last day you retire as a mechanic. Will be probably the day when you either still owe about £5 to Mac tools or snap-on, or whoever your tool guy is, or it'll be the day you pay it off. In the UK, that is. In Finland, all of this gear now, it's all paid for. Company buy everything. Company pay everything. Then you've got your specialist tools, so power probes, £300. That's Chinese, cost that's a current test, it costs nothing. Torch, 30-40 £. Amp clamp, £100. Genuine Ista, that's about, I don't know, is it £1? I don't know. Fluke, £300, that's £300. And then you might want to think about getting an oscilloscope, Antec, not expensive, couple of £100 for a Handtech. So essentially you've got all that. So you need like thousands, tens of thousands, just have enough tools if you're in the UK, because no one's going to pay for them. You have to pay for them all yourself. So you need to understand that you're going to join a job that's going to pay you about £200 a week as a trainee, if that. And when you qualify, depending on where you go, well, you might earn 300, 400, 500 a week. You might earn 40 grand a year down south, minus tax or whatever percentage that is. Whereas if you do another job, like gas fitter, plumber, joiner, you need your own tools, but you can charge a lot of money, can't you? What do they charge, £80 an hour, something like that? Own business, dead easy. You need less tools, in my opinion, to be a plumber, and maybe you need a lot of tools to be a joiner, but to be a plumber or a joiner or a gas fitter, I dare say you need less than specialist tools what we have. So that's all your tooling covered. Still want to do this job? Right, what about the training? Well, in UK you need to get your NVQ, used to be City and Guilds in my day, but you'll have to go to college, you'll have to get your NVQ level 3. Then you need to have all the category certifications for high voltage, you need to have level 4 and stuff like that. You can keep going and going on to management if you want, but you know, most people, they just need this NVQ. In the UK, from what I remember, they don't give a shit really about how good you are. They just want a piece of paper saying there's an NVQ on it. Of course, it's a lot of bollocks, we all know that. I've got NVQ, but it don't mean I'm good. I'm quite good, aren't I? But most employers, especially ones who've never picked up a spanner in their life, they won't even interview you if you don't have NVQ. They won't interview you. So you need that, definitely. And in Europe, don't know what it's like in Europe. In Finland, you don't need anything. It helps, but they never looked at my qualifications, not once. My City and Guilds on my NVQ, because they're not relevant in Finland. Totally irrelevant. How about professional things like Master Tech certification? Does it help? Yeah, it does. It does help. It helps in England. It doesn't matter in Finland so much, unless you go into a main dealer. If I go to BMW in Finland or somewhere else in Europe and I've got a Master Tech qualification, I'll walk in one. Until they look at my YouTube videos and my PMM writing and my book what I'm writing, they might not let me walk into it because I'm not a Master Tech. And that's the next thing I need to talk about. Who's going to pay for it? In UK, Nissan paid for my Master Tech twice over. Finland, owner of this company won't pay for it. It's no benefit to him. Benefit to me, but it's not benefit to him, is it? So I'd have to pay for it myself, and it's going to cost thousands, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe even 10,000. So there you are. All the things you need to think about. And is it really worth it for a few £100 a week? No, it's worth it if you get your own business. Don't get me wrong, do it. But every time you do a job, you're going to have to basically take the cost of all them tools off the labour you're charging. You're going to be working almost for free for years just to pay off your investment. And the problem in this job is, when a new car comes out, you'll need the latest test equipment. You need to upgrade your scan tool all the time, which is usually free anyway if you get a good one like a think tool. But what about when you have like suspension bushes, new cars come out, you have to get all new set of suspension bush removal tools, shock absorber assembling tools. You'll always be buying tools is what I'm trying to say in this industry. You'll never stop buying tools. And if you're working for a company, you have to ask yourself, if they're not buying them, I mean, what's my job going to be like? It's going to be difficult, isn't it? You're going to have to be doing stuff without the right tools, which we all have to do sometimes. But it's stressful, and it puts your stress level through the roof. Again, is it worth it for a few £100 a week, or is it better go to university, get a degree like my wife did, 1 year in Finland and got a job for £5 grand a month? Think about it. That's what I always say to young people. If you want to do this job, I'll teach you, but if you can go to university and you're clever enough to do it, in the long run, it's better financially, less stress. No, maybe there's stress, but still, earning like a lot of money doesn't, takes your stress away a bit somewhat, in my opinion. So let's see. Let's talk about your character, mechanic's character. To be a car mechanic, what sort of character do you need? Well, there's different types of car mechanics. There's car mechanics who are like thick as pig shit. Thomas is laughing here, young apprentice aside of it. There's mechanics who are thick as pig shit who don't really give a shit about customer service quality. They just go in and do the dirty jobs, try and do some electrical diagnosis if they can, usually make a pig's balls of it. And they're not arsed really, because all they care about is, I've got enough beer money to go to the pub, have a pint every Friday night with my mates, and watch the rugby on a Saturday afternoon, have a pie, have a few pints at home, have an holiday in Benidorm every year. That's the life, fantastic. And if you want that life, go for it, you'll get it, no problem. You'll come and do your job, you'll 9 to 5 job, 8 to 5, whatever it is in England, and you'll go home happy. How about if you're inquisitive and you want to know how things work? Well, you can still be a mechanic, but you'll need to be a fault finder, won't you? Well, what do you need to be a fault finder? Well, you need to be able to absorb vast amounts of information in a relatively short time, remember it and apply it for years, and never get arrogant, never think you know everything better than everybody else, because you'll fall flat on your ass and no one will help you. You've got to be humble and open to new ideas, and you've got to be able to work in a team, because sometimes you can't fix it yourself, you'll have to ask help off people, and if you piss them off they won't help you. So you can't be an arsehole, that's the first thing. If you're an arsehole as a mechanic, your career's over before it even starts. Simple as that. You also need to be physically tough. When you start this job, you're not going to be a fault finder, very unlikely. You're going to do all the mechanical shit that no one else wants to do. You do a lot of heavy brakes and suspension work, engine changes, then you'll do gearbox replacements, gearboxes out, clutch replacements, that type of stuff. Automatic transmission oil changes. Boring, dirty, stinky, skanky rubbish. No one wants to do that, but you have to start off at the bottom. For years you'll be slogging away doing all the shite that no one else wants to do. Once you can do that, then you can choose, but do I want to be a fault finder? Well, I might have to leave, I might have to find a new workplace that supports people who want to be fault finders. You might be in a place where they don't value fault finders and they just want you to basically earn the money for the boss, bottom line, sell them loads of hours, blah. So essentially, you need to take all that into consideration. Are you tough enough to do it? Because you have to be tough being a mechanic. I don't care what anyone says. You've got to be tough to do this job. You're going to take some shit. You're going to get hurt, you're going to break things, you're going to get cut, you're going to cut your hands to pieces. Scars on my hands, they'll tell a story. I've got scars everywhere, ripped my finger off there. So yeah, we've all got our scars as mechanics. Question is, are you tough enough for that? If you're going to go on running home to your mum when you hurt yourself, you're not going to be a car mechanic. But the most important thing is learning continuously. Do you want to learn? Do you want to be the best? Be a fault finder like me. You'll be pretty good then, you'll enjoy it. Just talking to Thomas now here. I said, what else can we say you need to be a good mechanic? Well, Thomas seems to think that we need to have languages, and he's right, because I speak a bit of Finnish and I understand it a lot. And without that, I'd be in the shit. I wouldn't be able to understand anything what they're writing to me. It'd take too long to translate it, so I suppose I'm proud of myself for that. So yeah, you have to be good at languages. No, well, not in England you don't, but if you want to go abroad you need to do that for opportunities. But we need to be organised, don't we? Look at this now. A week ago I laid these parts out because I've got an 8 Series, an old one, 40-year-old car. It's had a problem with this pipe, we're going to change it, but we need a second pipe. But when I did strip it, you'll notice I put all these fancy datum marks. Well, I put these marks on because I haven't got a clue how this goes back together. It's been like 2 weeks in pieces. But when I do put it back together, because I've put paint marks everywhere, it'll probably, with the photographs I've took, make it easy to build it up. And again, look at my wall. Everything's where I need it, everything's organised. My workbench is messy today, but it's not normally like this. It's reasonable. It's not bad, is it? You know? But if I need something, I know everything. All my electrical test equipment's in there. These are old labels, but you can label things like that. But really, you just need to be super organised. Again, this could be better, but at least it's organised. I know where everything is. Because I'm a bit OCD, even put a neodymium magnet on there to stop it falling over, so it sticks upright. But you need to know flute, don't you? AC voltage, frequency, direct, millivolts direct and alternating, resistance, continuity, diode testing, and current. You need to know all that, don't you? You'd be able to go and get an 8-channel scope like that and just plug it in and work it without having to read an instruction manual. Then you can go and get another scope, I think 201, and you can read that. But you might not need to, because once you can use this one scope, you can generally use them all. So you need to be very good at remembering how to use stuff, right? That's the other thing you need to know to be a mechanic. What else? Not so many comebacks. You'll have comebacks when you're younger. Try not F things up. Sense of yourself a bit there, you see. If you don't care, and you think F you to the customer, I don't really give a shit if I break something, it's not my car, not my problem, then you're never going to be a mechanic, because we hate people like that. Butchers, we call them. Butcherers. We don't like butcherers who butcher the shit out of people's cars, giving us all a bad reputation, ripping people off. We don't like that. Dishonesty, you can't be a dishonest person being a mechanic. They'll see right through you these days. There's too much on Google and online to bullshit people nowadays. What else do you need? There's loads of things we need. How about the ability to know when you're wrong? You make a mistake, you own up to it, because again, there's a lot of forums, there's a lot of video evidence, a lot of social media. If you've done something wrong, they'll only find out. Don't bullshit people, just say, yeah, sorry, hold my hand up. Should have done that better, didn't do it better, made a mistake. And one of the last ones is your body. It'll ruin your body. My back's gone, my kidneys are shagged. Basically, all my joints ache all the time. Most parts of my body ache, my eyesight's gone. You know, I love this industry. I don't like, you know, I wish I was a millionaire and I could do something different, but at the end of the day, it's what I do, innit? I don't do anything else and I'm good at it. I'm pretty good at what I do. But don't make my mistake. I lost my eyesight in my right eye some years ago, pretty much. Kidneys are buggered. Never wore PPE as much as I should. All that's probably damaged my body. Don't make my mistake and make sure you wear all protective gear constantly. And don't be a dickhead. If people tell you to wear it, they're doing it for a reason. Don't give them any shit or lip. Oh, who are you to tell me wear protective gear? Well, if you want to be a knobhead, go ahead and don't wear protective gear and see where it gets you. Believe me, it ain't much fun. That's about it. So you want to be a car mechanic still? Well, I hope I've given you some food for thought there. Stay tuned for some more videos with a bit of luck.